Dear students, welcome to another video lecture session. In the earlier class, we discussed about microsporogenesis and development of male gametophyte. In the continuation of the topic, today we will learn about megasporogenesis and development of embryo sac as well as structure of embryo sac and types of embryo sac in angiosperms. So In the in the last class, we discussed how microspores are formed in the anther, and microspores are developed into male gametophyte. In the similar way, today we learn how megaspores are formed, and these megaspores responsible for the formation of female gametophyte. So, in the flower, the gynoecium is represented as female reproductive organ. The structural unit of gynoecium is carpel. Every carpel consisting three parts. One is stigma, style, another one is ovary. Inside the ovary, number of ovules are present. This is the number will be vary from one plant to another plant. Each ovule attached to the placenta with the help of small stalk that is known as funiculus. So this ovule structure is called as megasporangium also. Why it is called megasporangium? In future, within the ovule, few diploid cells are arise or develop the megaspores. That's why ovule is considered as megasporangium. Somebody says it is integumented megasporangium. Integumented megasporangium means that is nothing but ovule. But in the gymnosperms, megasporophyll is there. Megasporophyll is exactly equal in part with carpel. Ovule is megasporangium. Inside the ovule, megaspore is formed. So first we go through the about megasporogenesis. The formation of four haploid megaspores from each diploid megaspore mother cell by meiosis inside the ovule is called as megasporogenesis. Normally, in the microsporogenesis, inside the anther, number of fertile microspore mother cells are there. But in case of ovule, only one functional megaspore mother cell is formed. That's why here only one MMC is formed. Generally, a single megaspore mother cell is formed within the ovule. How the MMC cell derived in the ovule? In the ovule, you can observe that below the integument, a diploid homogeneous cells are there. These diploid homogeneous cells are nothing but is called as nucellus. So, at the time of development of ovule, below the epidermis, one of the cell which will be act as primary archisporial cell. This primary archisporial cell undergo one periclinal division. It gives two cells. Inner one is called as primary sporogenous cell and outer one is called as primary parietal cell. These primary parietal cell undergo number of divisions and increase the nucellus tissue amount. Inner side, the sporogenous cell directly act as sporogenous cell or maybe sometimes directly metamorphosed into megaspore mother cell. This cell is directly metamorphosed into megaspore mother cell. So one of the cell of ovule in micropylar end differentiated as megaspore mother cell. That is nothing but sporogenous cell directly metamorphosed into megaspore mother cell. That is called capital MMC. This diploid megaspore mother cell within the ovule absorb the nutrients from the nucellus tissue, and finally it undergo meiotic division. It gives four haploid megaspores. Four haploid megaspore. This process is known as megasporogenesis. Megasporogenesis. Normally, in the anther, you can observe here, number of microspores are formed, but here only 4 megaspores are formed. These 4 megaspores are arranged in a linear fashion, one above another. 4 megaspores are arranged in linear fashion. A linear tetrad of megaspores see in the ovule. Among the four, 3 megaspores are normally degenerated. Only one functional spore is left over. This one functional megaspore, in future, it develops embryo sac structure in the ovule. So remaining three are degenerated. Only one functional megaspore produce a embryo sac structure within the ovule. Now, an ovule generally has a single embryo sac only. Normally, every ovule having one embryo sac inside, because one functional megaspore is only responsible for the formation of embryo sac. So next we can go for development of female gametophyte. How female gametophyte derived from a single megaspore. First you can observe the MMC cell undergo meiotic division. 4 megaspores are formed. Among the four, three are degenerated towards micropylar end. 3 megaspores are degenerated, and one functional megaspore is left in the nucellus tissue. This functional megaspore absorb the food material from the nucellus tissue and undergo some pre-nuclear divisions. These are all nothing but mitotic divisions, but in every division, nuclear division follows. Again, one more nuclear division. That means after nuclear division, there is no valve formation taking place in between the nucleus. So that's why these are all called pre-nuclear divisions. So one functional megaspore, which is in a haploid condition, containing one haploid nucleus. This nucleus undergo first free nuclear division. It gives two nuclei. Two nuclei. Again, these two nuclei undergo second division. It gives four haploid nuclei. And these four haploid nuclei undergo third nuclear division. These are all nothing but mitotic divisions, but the successively 3 generations takes place. It gives total 8 haploid nucleus, and moreover, this megaspore size will be increases due to absorption of food material and metabolism taking place in the megaspore. It will increase in the size, and as well as the haploid nuclear number is also increases up to 8 only. After completion of the 3 successive nuclear divisions, then only the wall formation taking place. In this before wall formation, these nuclei, out of 8 nuclei, 4 nuclei are situated towards the micropylar region, remaining 4 situated towards callosal end. So from both sides, one single nuclei migrated towards the center of embryo sac. So that's why we are getting towards micropylar end, 3 nuclei are left, and towards callosal end also 3 nuclei are there. 2 nuclei are coming from both sides, that is posterior and anterior side. These are all micropylar side, callosal side. So these two haploid nuclei are generally called as polar nucleus. One polar nuclei coming from the upper pole, another one is coming from the lower pole. So that's why lower and upper polar nuclei fusion taking place. At the time of maturity and after cell wall formation between the nucleus, the matured embryo sac consisting 7-celled 8 nucleated structure. These seven-celled, eight-nucleated structure seen in most of the angiosperms. It is a commonly observing different angiosperm plants. So that is called as it is nothing but is belongs to monosporic type, common type of embryo sac in angiosperms, and it is after completion of maturity, seven-celled and eight-nucleated structure we can see. So three cells are towards collagel end that become as a antipodal, towards micropylar end that become as a agapparatus. Remaining two haploid nucleus fusion taking place, it is called central cell. So antipodals, central cell, and three cells constitute egg apparatus. So total seven-celled eight-nucleated structure is formed at the time of maturation. So this is commonly observed in the angiosperm. First time this embryo sac discovered by Strasburger in Polygonum divaricatum plant. So that's why hence it is called as polygonum type of embryo sac. This embryo sac developed by the participation of one nuclei, one haploid nuclei. That's why it is called as monosporic type of embryo sac and commonly observed in the angiosperms. So this is the development of embryo sac or female gametophyte inside the ovule. So this embryo sac performed sexual reproduction and it produced egg cell and it involves in the fertilization process also. So next we can go for the structure of embryo sac. We discuss about commonly observed embryo sac in the angiosperms, that is polygonum type of embryo sac or monosporic type of embryo sac. This polygonum embryo sac shows three main parts. One is agapparatus, another one is central cell, third one is antipodals. First one is agapparatus. Agapparatus, the three nuclei situated towards the micropylar end, they form around the cell walls, around it cell walls, and it constitute three-celled structure. These three cells collectively called as egg apparatus. In the egg apparatus, largest cell is egg cell, and egg cell surrounded by two small cells known as synergids. Two small cells are called as synergids. So these synergids, in the outward structure we can see some finger-like projections are there. These finger-like projection-like structures are known as filiform apparatus. This filiform apparatus help in the absorption of food material from the nucellus tissue, and moreover it guide the pollen tube to entry the pollen tube through the synergid cell. It guide the pollen tube entry into the embryo sac via synergid cell only. So in this way, the synergids are helps in the fertilization process indirectly. So the largest middle one is called egg cell. Egg cell is haploid gamete. This egg cell in future it fertilized with male gamete. So it involved in the true fertilization process. So this is about the egg apparatus. Next, towards antipodals, towards collagel end, the three nucleus are form walls around it. It constitutes as antipodals. Antipodal cells are generally degenerate before the fertilization process. Some of the embryologists coined these cells are vegetative cells of embryo sac. Vegetative cells of embryo sac. Normally, there is no specific function for these antipodal cells. And middle one, the largest cell of the embryo sac, is known as central cell. Central cell is also called as secondary nucleus. Why it is called secondary nucleus? Because it is a combination of two polar nuclei. The two polar nuclei fusion taking place, it forms secondary nucleus. This secondary nucleus also involved in the fertilization process. So due to the fertilization of the polar nuclei, it combines with another male gamete. It forms triploid cell that is known as primary endosperm. nucleus. So this is the largest cell in the embryo sac. So important cell, egg cell, is constituted in the egg apparatus. The degenerate cells are towards collagen and named as antipodals. So first time this type of embryo sac discovered by Strasburger in Polygonum divaricatum. So next we can go for types of embryo sacs. In angiosperms, the types of female gametophytes are distinguished by the number of megaspores involved in the formation of the embryo sac. You observe some of the angiosperms, they also develop the embryo sacs at the maturity, but the cell number and the nuclear number differ from polygonum type. That's why the development process is different in few plants. So based on that, embryo sacs are classified into mainly three types. One criteria is how many haploid nuclei, how many haploid nuclei participated in the development of embryo sac. Based on that, we can classify the embryo sacs into mainly three types. One is monosporic type, another one is bisporic type, third one is tetrasporic type. First one is monosporic type, you know very well. The best good example is polygonum type. Polygonum type of embryo sac derived from one functional haploid nuclei. The functional megaspore containing 4 nuclei. Among the 4, 3 are degenerated. So only one functional nuclei responsible for the development of embryo sac. That is monosporic type. So just we can go to a number of megaspores involved in the formation of embryo sac. So actually 4 megaspores are formed. Among the 4, 3 degenerated, one functional megaspore is there. One functional megaspore develops embryo sac, that is monosporic. If 2 megaspores are involved in the development of embryo sac, that is known as bisporic. Total 4 megaspores are involved in the development of embryo sac, that is named as tetrasporic. In the monosporic type, 2 subtypes, Polygonum inothera. In the bisporic, Allium and Endymion type. Under tetrasporic type, we are again at the time of maturity, the embryo sac consisting how many nucleus? Whether it is 16 nucleated, 8 nucleated, or 4 nucleated. Based on that, 7 types are discovered under tetrasporic type. So let us discuss one by one. First, we can go for monosporic type. So monosporic we already learned during the development process. First megaspore mother cell, diploid megaspore mother cell undergone first meiotic division. It gives 2 nucleus and undergo second meiotic division. It gives 4 haploid cells. Among the 4, 3 are degenerated here. You can see clearly. And the only one functional megaspore containing one haploid nuclei undergo successive mitotic divisions. It gives embryo sac structure. So first, under monosporic type, we can go through the best example is polygonum. So here one haploid nuclei undergo first mitotic division, second mitotic division, third mitotic division. Successively, 3 generations of mitotic division leads to formation of 8 nuclei. In the megaspore, 8 nuclei are there. These 8 nuclei are diffused in different manner. So towards micropylar region, 4 nuclei are migrated and remaining 4 are towards collagen end. So after diffusion of the nucleus into both sides, one of the nuclei migrated towards the center, by the resulting that towards micropylar region, 3 cells are left over that become as egg apparatus, and 3 cells are constituted towards collagen end, that is antipodals, and 2 cells are making as secondary nucleus. 2 cells are formed as secondary nucleus. So at the maturity of the embryo sac, we can see 8 nucleated, 7 cell structure. So 7 cell structure, 8 nucleated, 7 cell structure is nothing but polygonal. And in this monosporic type, uh, Enothera type is different one. So just here we can go through that one. These after first meiotic division, second division also takes place and it forms 4 cells. Among the 4, 3 are degenerated, those situated towards callagel end. In the polygonum, towards micropylar end, 3 degenerated. But here, towards callagel end, 3 cells are degenerated. Only one functional megaspore is there. This one functional megaspore successively, 2 mitotic division takes place. Only 2. Here only 3. But here 2 mitotic divisions successively, it gives 4 haploid nuclei. Among the 4, 3 nucleus constitute the agapparatus, remaining one single nucleus coined as here secondary nucleus. But it is haploid, but these 3 nucleus are new wall formation taking place. It constitutes as agapparatus. So this is Enothera type of embryo sac. It is 4 nucleated, 4 celled embryo sac. What is the important feature of this Enothera embryo sac? Enothera type, the absence of antipodal cells here. Absence of antipodal cells here. So this is the characteristic feature of the Enothera. And moreover, haploid secondary nucleus only present in the embryo sac. So this is the monosporic type. Next, go for bisporic type. Bisporic means here 2 spores are involved or participated in the development of embryo sac. So whenever you start from MMC, that is megasporogenesis, in the part of megasporogenesis, diploid megaspore mother cell undergo first meiotic division, it gives 2 cells. Here, each cell is called dyad. Each cell is called as dyad. Dyad means it is equivalent to 2 spores. So, after formation of 2 dyad cells, one of the dyad cell is degenerated and remaining dyad cell undergo second meiotic division. It gives only 2 nucleus. 2 nucleus. Okay. So this dyad cell containing 2 nuclei and it participated in the development of embryo sac. And one of the dyad cell is degenerated, which is situated towards micropylar end. So next, in the megagametogenesis, these 2 nuclei, haploid nuclei, undergo first mitotic division and the second mitotic division. It leads to formation of total 8 nucleus. Total 8 nucleus. These 8 nucleus are organized in 2 opposite side, 2 poles. One is towards anterior and the one is posterior, or we can say in another way, micropylar region and callagel region. So among the 4, one nuclei migrate toward the center, and in the same way, lower 4 nuclei, one of the nuclei is migrated toward the center. So after migration of the one nuclei, 3 nuclei are form new cell walls and it constitutes as agapparatus. And here also these 3 nuclei are organized as antipodal cells. In the middle of the embryo sac, 2 haploid nuclei fusion taking place. And structurally it is resemblance with polygonum type. Structurally it is resemblance with polygonum type. But what is the difference? Polygonum derived from one spore and the allium type of embryo sac derived from the bisporic. So bisporic is 2 types. One is allium type, another one is endymion type. So next you can go for endymion type. So endymion is a completely similar pattern. The only difference is that the dyad cell which is degenerated towards the callagel end. Here micropylar end dyad cell degenerated. Here towards callagel ended dyad cell gradually degenerated to the micropylar region dyad cell is active and participated in the development of embryo sac. The remaining total process is same. So that's why both embryo sacs are similar at the time of maturity. So these two are resembling with polygonum type. But what is the difference is only this is the one diad cell is a degenerate, another diad cell is participating. Diad cell is nothing but it is equivalent to two megaspores. That's why it is called bisporic. Okay. So next, the one important one is tetrasporic type of embryo sacs. In the examination point of also, it is very important. So notice that all the students are most scared to understand about the tetrasporic embryo sacs. After completion of meiotic division in megaspore mother cell, four haploid nucleate aseptate megaspore is formed because here free nuclear divisions only taking place. That means no wall formation taking place. That's why after meiotic division in the MMC, four haploid nucleus freely distributed without any wall formation. So and moreover no septas between them. So that's why four haploid nucleate aseptate megaspore is formed. So a single megaspore containing number of nuclei, that's why it is called as cenomegaspore. It is called as cenomegaspore. As a result of mitotic divisions in these four nuclei, different type of embryo sacs are formed. So we are discussing about tetrasporic embryo sac. Tetra means four spores involved in the development of embryo sacs. These four nuclei undergo mitotic divisions and it leads to form different type of embryo sacs. So just you can go for this sentence. The participation of four haploid nuclei in the development of embryo sac is known as tetrasporic type. Under the tetrasporic type, total 7 types are there. But these 7 types are classified uh, based on the number of nuclei present in the mature embryo sac. Among the 7, 3 are 16 nucleated type, remaining 3 are 8 nucleated type, only one embryo sac 4 nucleated type. So, and out of 7 types of embryo sacs, 3 are containing 16 nucleus and remaining 3 are containing 8 nucleated and only one embryo sac containing 4 nuclei at the maturity. On the basis of arrangement of 4 nuclei in cenomegaspore, 3 forms are identified. How they are organized different way. Initially, these 4 haploid nucleus are arranged in the cenomegaspore in a different way or in different fashion. So, for example, in few plants, these 4 haploid nucleus are arranged in 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 arrangement. 1 plus 1 plus 1 arrangement means these 4 haploid nucleus are arranged towards micropylar region and towards collagen and the remaining 2 are lateral sides, arranged in lateral direction. So this is called 1 plus 1 plus 1 arrangement. In few plants, during the development of embryo sac, these 4 haploid nucleus are arranged in 2 plus 2 fashion. The 2 free haploid nucleus are arranged towards micropylar region, remaining 2 are situated caudal end. This type of arrangement is called 2 plus 2 arrangement. And in few plants, during the development of embryo sac, these 4 haploid nucleus arranged in 1 plus 3 fashion. 1 plus 3 fashion means the one nuclei arranged towards micropylar region and the remaining 3 haploid nucleus are arranged towards caudal end. So these various type of nuclei arrangement leads to formation of different type of embryo sacs. So we can go through. First one is 16 nucleated embryo sacs. Under tetrasporic, we discuss about 16 nucleated type of embryo sac. Under 16 nucleated embryo sacs, we have studied 3 types. One is pinia type, another one is peperomia, third one is brusa. First, we can go for pinia type. First time it observed in the pinia plant, pinia genus. So first you can go for the first meiotic division. the diploid MMC cell undergo first meiotic division. It gives two haploid nuclei. These two haploid nuclei undergo meiotic division too. It gives four. These four haploid nucleus arranged in which fashion? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 model. These four haploid nucleus arranged in four different directions undergo mitotic divisions continuously, successively. So the two continuous mitotic division leads to formation of 16 haploid nucleus. 16 haploid nucleus. These 16 haploid nucleus are organized in the embryo sac in 4 groups. So towards colloidal end and towards micropylar end, 4 nucleus are arranged. And the lateral sides also we can see 4 plus 4 arrangement. So total 16 nucleus are diffused in different manner, diffused and migrated in different manner. So from each group, one of the haploid nuclei migrated towards center, migrated towards center. So that's why in this embryo sac, 4 haploid nucleus fusion takes place. It's formed secondary nucleus. Secondary nucleus. So remaining the 4 groups containing each 3 cells. So 3 into 4, 12 cells, and here 1, 13 cell at the time of maturity, 13 cell. But according to the nucleus, it is 16 nucleus, 16 nucleated embryo cell. But the real agapparatus situated towards micropylar region. So here the middle cell act as a egg cell and the remaining 2 smaller size cells known as synergids. But these 3 group of cells also similar to agapparatus. Sometimes these agapparatus cells also undergo fertilization process. But the real agapparatus constitute towards the micropylar region. So this is the pinia type. So next one is peperomia. Peperomia is also same 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 arrangement, and continuously two mitotic division takes place. 16 nucleus are diffused in the embryo sac. In this among the 16, only 2 nucleus migrated towards the micropylar region and constitute agapparatus with 2 cells only. One act as a egg cell, remaining one is synergid. So one synergid and one egg cell is present in the peperomia. So here just 6 cells are migrated towards colloidal end. 6X or 6N type of antibodal cells are present in the peperomia. So remaining 6 plus 2, 8. So remaining 8 nucleus are formed secondary nucleus or become as a central cell. So this is the peperomia type. The third one is drusa. Under 16 nucleated type, we can discuss about third type, that is drusa. It is also just you can observe what is the difference between pinia and peperomia. In pinia and peperomia, the arrangement is 1 plus 1 plus 1 arrangement is there. But here in the drusa, 1 plus 3 arrangement is. After completion of the meiotic division in the MMC, the 4 haploid nucleus are arranged in 1 plus 3. One single nucleus situated towards micropylar region. Remaining 3 are colloidal end, settled in colloidal end. So 1 plus 3 arrangement is very important in the drusa type. And these continuously, successively, 2 mitotic divisions and leads to formation of total 16 nucleated. Among the 16, 4 nuclei are towards micropylar region, and the remaining 12 nucleus are towards the colloidal end. From each group, one of the haploid nuclei migrated towards the center and it become modified as secondary nucleus. And the remaining 3 cells are constituted as agapparatus, and here 11N or 11X type of antipodal cells are seen in the drusa type. So 11x plus 2n secondary nucleus. This is excellent. Two synergids are formed at the time of maturity. So it is 16 nucleated, but 15 celled embryo sac we can call it as. So this is the 16 nucleated. Next we can go for 8 nucleated type. Under 8 nucleated embryo sac, named as one is Adoxa, second one is Plumbago, third one is Fritillaria. In the Adoxa, after completion of the meiotic division, just you can observe 4 haploid nucleus are there. These 4 haploid nucleus are arranged in 2+2 fashion. In the 2+2 fashion, that is very important. And in the Plumbago, 1+1+1+1 arrangement. And in Fritillaria, 1+3 type of arrangement. See here, under 8 nucleotide embryo sacs, 3 types are there. These 3 types, after completion of meiotic division, the arrangement of the nuclei is completely different. One in the first one is 2+2, second case 1+1+1+1, third case 1+3. That is very important during the development process. Everybody observed. So here the first mitotic division leads to formation of 8 nucleus, and these 8 nucleus arranged in 2 groups with 4 number. One of the haploid nuclei migrated towards the center. In this way, we can see at the time of maturity, 8 nucleated 7-celled embryo sac. This is also structurally similar to polygonum, but polygonum is derived from one spore, but Adoxa is derived from the 4 haploid nucleus. 4 haploid nuclei, that is equivalent to 4 spores. Here, in the second type, Plumbago type. In the Plumbago 1+1+1+1 arrangement, undergo first mitotic division, it gives 8. And these 8 nucleus arranged in 4 directions with 2 nuclei, each group containing 2 nuclei. One of the nuclei coming from each group, one of the nuclei towards the center, migrated into center of the embryo sac. In this way, we can see in the 4 directions of the embryo sac, only one single cell is there. So towards the micropylar region, cell act as a egg cell. Remainings are similarly, we can say that is a resemblance to the egg cell, but not real one. Pseudo cells are there. These 4 haploid nucleus are fission taking place and form secondary nucleus. So at the maturity, it is 8 nucleated, but 5-celled. This type of embryo sac first time observed in the Plumbago genus. Plumbago genus. And the third one is after meiotic division, that is, you have noticed one of the important process is going on. After meiotic division, 4 haploid nucleus arranged in 1+3 fashion. Towards the callosal end, 3 nucleus are fission taking place. The 3 haploid nucleus are fission taking place with spindle fission taking place. It become act as a single cell, but triploid nature. These 3 haploid nucleus are formed, combines with each other and form a single cell containing triploid nature. So this single nucleus with 3x nature undergo mitotic division. It gives 2 cells, 2 nucleus, and these haploid nuclei also undergo mitotic division, gives 2 haploid nucleus. In this way, one more mitotic division taking place. Ultimately, it gives total 8 nuclei. So among the 8 nuclei, from each group, one of the nuclei migrated towards the center and formed the secondary nucleus. So in this way, we can see here 9x type of antibodal cells are there. Each antibodal cell shows 3x nature. Here 4x secondary nucleus, and the remaining 3 towards the micropylar region constitute as egg apparatus. It is egg cell with the 2 inner synergids. First time this type of embryo sac observed in the Fritillaria genus. So this is the under 8 nucleated type. The last one is under tetrasporic type. At the time of maturity, 4 nucleus are present. So name of the embryo sac is Plumbagella. First time this type of embryo sac discovered in the Plumbagella genus. After meiosis, after meiosis, four haploid nucleus arranged in 1+3 fashion. See here 1+3 fashion. So these three haploid nucleus fusion taking place, it becomes as a triploid nucleus. These haploid and triploid nucleus exactly situated opposite directions and undergo one mitotic division. It gives four nucleus only. So among the four, one nucleus coming from the upper pole and another one is coming from the lower pole. It become secondary nucleus. And leftover single cell constitute as egg cell. Another remaining this triploid nucleus constitute or formed as antipodal cell. So one cell, second cell, and third cell, and that means it is four nucleated, three celled condition seen in Plumbagella. There is no synergids. This is very important. Synergids are generally absent in Plumbagella type of embryo sac. So just after meiosis, four haploid nucleus, 1+3 arrangement, three haploid nucleus towards callosal site, spindle fusion taking place, and 3x nucleus is formed. Only one mitotic division gives four nucleus. These four nucleus form the embryo sac. At the time of maturity, four nucleate cell, three-celled condition seen in the Plumbagella. So these are all the various type of embryo sacs observed in angiosperms, but majority of the angiosperms are develop only monosporic, that is polygonum type of embryo sac. So one thing you identified here. So in Fritillaria and Plumbagella, the three haploid nucleus are fusion taking place. So the aggregation of the nucleus taking place in between the Plumbagella and Fritillaria only. So remaining all the cases, nucleus are never fusion taking place. So these are the various type of embryo sacs. So one of the important question as per the examination point of view, everybody read carefully and draw the diagrams neatly, labeled it. So thank you, one and all.